I'm Huon Hooke, and this is The Real Review. The wine we're tasting today is Serafino Cabernet Sauvignon 2017 from McLaren Vale. So the backstory of Serafino is that an Italian migrant by the name of Steve McGleary came out to Australia in the 1960s with his father, I think, and very soon after arriving, he and his father planted vineyards in McLaren Vale and started to make wine. Now, eventually the McGleary label, as it was then, became quite popular, quite fashionable, and it was sold to one of the big corporate wine companies. And it's almost disappeared now, which is a bit sad. But because he couldn't use the name McGleary again, Steve started a new winery, a new vineyards, and he called it Serafino. The reason for that is that his real name is Serafino. People just called him Steve because, well, you know, Aussies being Aussies. But he's done a great job. Not many people start a wine company and make a successful wine company in their lifetime, but to do two is really quite a remarkable achievement. I think Steve is pretty much retired today, but his daughter, Maria, is the manager of the company today. And their chief winemaker is Charles Wish, who I happen to know very well because he's been around for a long time, and he was the winemaker for Rosemount when they had a McLaren Vale winery, which they did have for a long time, and produced some pretty amazing wines out of it. Rosemount, of course, don't own a winery in the district anymore. But those wines, Charlie Wish, I think, probably knows a great deal about the district because he's worked there for a long time. So they source fruit from some very good vineyards in the region. The style of wines they make generally is rich, lavish, lush wines with a lot of flavour and a lot of softness, which is pretty classic what McLaren Vale does. What does this wine taste like? Good colour, good depth of colour, as you'd expect from a young Cabernet. The nose, wow, the nose is really, really lifted, really perfumed, very, very typical Cabernet. It's more like the Cabernet that you'd find in a cooler region in McLaren Vale, perhaps Adelaide Hills, perhaps Yarra Valley, something like that. Very fragrant. And it's got a lot of the blackcurrant aromas of Cabernet. So a combination of cassis type berry fruit and the herbal, sharp-edged, grassy, greener, crushed leaf type sort of characters that you get with Cabernet. So I think they've been very careful there to get a range of aromas into this wine, probably by picking different parcels at different times. So you've got the lifted aromatics, the leafy characters, plus the riper fruit characters. Really nice nose. Delicious wine. It's got so much Cabernet fruit. It's just bursting with black currants and blackberries. Sweet fruit, but not sweet to the point of being mawkish or syrupy. It's just got a lovely tannin finish, clean and dry and refreshing and moorish. It's elegant, it's not overblown. That's a very cleverly designed Cabernet to drink now and also for cellaring short term. And I would think drink it up to at least 10 years from now, maybe 15. It would not be a problem. Excellent wine and remarkable value at $28. So how did we rate this wine? Well, it got 94 out of 100, which is very high silver ribbon quality. And it's a top value wine. It was rated number 3 out of 31 Cabernet Sauvignons from this region, McLaren Vale, from the 2017 vintage that we've tasted. So number 3 out of 31 is a hell of an achievement for a wine that's only $28 a bottle. So really, what more can I say except that that is an amazing wine for the price. So what would you serve with a wine like this? Well, Cabernet, of course. Cabernet and lamb is a classic combination, and just about everybody is going to say lamb of one description or another. The winery, when they were asked, said roast leg of lamb served with potato mash and rocket and parmesan salad. I think that sounds fine, but what I would do is I'd make a reduction sauce. I would get some of this wine in a saucepan and boil it down by 2/3 to reduce it, and then I would add some really, really concentrated beef or veal stock to it and make a really good demi-glaze sauce, and then pour that over your legal, and that would be fantastic. Cheers to that.